In every woman's life, there comes a time when she realizes that she has lost something essential, a part of her soul, her vitality, her true skin. Welcome back, my loves. This is Wild Women series, and today I'm exploring a chapter called Sealskin, Soulskin from the beautiful book written by Dr. Clarissa Pinkola Estes called Women Who Run with the Wolves. This is the chapter that talks about the cycles of being stolen away, drying out, grieving, and then returning home, which means returning to your true self. Now, if you've gone through the videos on Wild Women series on my channel, then you know the format. So the format is first we discuss the story in my own words, in short, and then we discuss the symbolism and how this story is related to us, how we can understand ourselves through the lens of this story. So I'm going to read this for you. All right, so long ago in a land of snow and sea lived a lonely man. His face carried the deep creases of sorrow, carved by years of longing for companionship. So basically, what he craved for? A companion. One night, while paddling his kayak, he came upon a great rock in the moonlit sea. There, dancing in the moonlight, were women unlike he had ever seen, radiant beings with skin shimmering like silver. They were seal women who had shed their skins to dance upon the rock. Overcome by loneliness, the man leapt from his boat and stole one of the seal skins, hiding it in his something called parka. I don't know what it means. When the women finished their dance, each slipped back into her seal skin and disappeared into the sea, except for one. This seal searched and searched, but her skin was gone. The man stepped forward and said, "Be my wife. I'm a lonely man. In 7 summers, I will return your seal skin, and you may choose to stay or go." So reluctantly, she agreed. She followed him home. Together, they had a son. His name was Uruk. And though she loved the child dearly, as time passed, her body began to wither. Her skin cracked and dried. Her eyes dulled. Her hair fell away. She was fading because she no longer had her true skin. The years passed. One night, their son Uruk heard his parents fighting. His mother cried out, demanding her sealskin back. His father refused. And then that night, the boy was awakened by a strange voice calling his name. He followed it to the cliffs, where he discovered a hidden bundle, his mother's sealskin. When he touched it, he felt her soul rush through him with love so fierce it shook him. He ran home with it and gave it back to her. The mother pressed the sealskin to her body, and with tears of love and sorrow, she embraced her son. She breathed into him 3 times, filling him with her spirit, and carried him into the sea. Together they swam down into the underwater to the cove of seals, where they were greeted by her father, the seal's father, the great silver seal. For 7 days she stayed, regaining her vitality, her beauty, her sight, but she could not keep her son there. It was not yet his time. With great love, she returned him to the shore, telling him, "I'm always with you. Touch what I have touched, and I will breathe into your lungs the wind for your song." And so the boy grew to be a great singer, drummer, and a storyteller. And it was said that all of this came from the spirit of his mother, the seal woman, and the time he had lived in the depths of the sea for those 7 days. So this is the story. Now I'm going to discuss the symbolism of it and how we can relate to it and understand ourselves through this story. Now, this story talks about one of the deepest wounds women carry, the wound of being separated from their soul skin. Now, the seal skin here symbolizes our true nature, our pure essence, our wild self, this pure instinctual nature that we all have within us. Now, this is a part of us, an important part of us that knows how to live with the rhythm of our inner being, with the cycles of our life, and with our joy and vitality. And the man that steals the sealskin, he represents all the ways in which our spirit is robbed from us by external expectations, by culture, by our families' conditioning, and most importantly, even from our own ego self. So we are drawn away from this pure, wild soul that we are and placed into the roles, responsibilities, and identities that don't belong to us. Everything that doesn't allow us to thrive, we get entangled in those things. Now, in this situation, how this story has beautifully shown that what happens then? The seal woman, without her skin, without her original skin, she begins to dry out. She begins to fade, lose her sight. And this is exactly what happens when a woman lives for too long without a connection with her inner world. We can definitely survive on the surface like this, but we keep starving on the inside. Our vibrancy diminishes, our eyes lose their sparkle, and our bodies ache with exhaustion. Now, next character, the child Uruk. Uruk basically represents a part of us that begins to notice that something is missing. So he is basically representing this raw, honest part of us that becomes curious and through which we finally find what was lost. So it was Uruk in the story who finally finds the sealskin. It was him who actually paid attention to the call of the sea, this voice that was calling him and guiding him to the sealskin. He listened to it and he finally found it. And he was the one who was able to restore her mother's essence. So we also need to pay attention to this part of us that keeps listening this inner voice, the call of the inner world, but we keep ignoring. Now, the husband in the story, who refuses to give back the seal skin, he's representing here the ego self, the part of us that is afraid to lose control, afraid to lose whatever we have with us right now, afraid of what will happen if we lose control and let the soul guide us. But eventually, the deeper voice of the universe, here shown as the grandfather seal, begins to call. And this guiding force represents the wisdom that has never left us, that never abandons us and is always waiting for us to return. And if you see, the sea itself is a deep unconscious. It's the vast inner life that we all have. And the cycle that we see in the story, living without the skin, noticing what we have lost, and then grieving the loss, and then hearing the call, retrieving our soul skin, and then returning finally home. This is the cycle that every woman must walk when she realizes that she has lost her sealskin, which means she has realized that she, at one point in time, abandoned herself. And notice what happens in the story. The ending was something special to be noticed. It doesn't end with the woman finally, like the character basically, staying in either world together. There is a rhythm here. She returns to the sea, which we saw, but her son, a part of her, returns to the land. So, what does it I mean, for me, it means that it's not about rejecting one path fully, completely. I don't want to look at this side. Once you find your soul, then it becomes all about the balance. Learning to integrate the soul self with human self, the inner with the outer. Now I want you to do some reflection here, self-reflection. I want you to ask you, where in my life have I lost my seal skin? Perhaps it is in a career that no longer nourishes you, or perhaps in a relationship where you have silenced yourself, you have silenced your truth, or maybe this daily grind that has pulled you far from your real essence. So notice a sign. Do you feel that you're drying out? You're just losing your vitality or just stumbling through life without any clear sight. These are the whispers from your soul. So know that your seal skin still exists. It's not destroyed. It's just hidden somewhere. And you know how to find it because you also have your Uruk inside of you that knows how to listen to the call, how to pay attention to it, and then follow the guidance given by the universe. So you know how to find it. That's the point. But it first begins with the listening. Listening to the call of your body, your dreams, your desires, and all your longings. This story simply reminds us that retrieval is very much possible, woman. We can return. We can reclaim the skin of our soul self. And when we do, life force, vision, beauty, everything is restored. So just take a moment, close your eyes, and just place your hands on your body somewhere and ask the Uruk inside of you, show me where my seal skin is hiding, and show me the way home. And when you find it, you will know how to breathe again. You will remember the rhythm of the sea. And just like the seal woman, your eyes will once more shine with your wild, wise, loving looks. The seal inside you is waiting. The call of the deep is waiting. The only thing needed right now is the courage to answer. Thank you for listening to me, and I'm going to see you in the next episode.